This woman wants to know the truth about her internet boyfriend.
He's a well-known celebrity vet and TV presenter in Australia. Slim-looking, well-maintained guy, very muscular. He says, have you a date? And I said, no, I just live at my home with my mum, my dad and my 2 cats. He asked me to marry him. It really took a lot of persuasion to do it. When I decided, right, I'll say yes.
Chris was wealthy, successful, and handsome. He even shared Lisa's love for animals. There was just one problem.
He was sick. In Africa, he had really bad insect bites. It was said that he got kidnapped and they asked for $20 million. His management wanted it in the form of crypto. We didn't have that kind of money. We're not celebrities, we're not millionaires. If you're a celebrity like you say you are, you should be loaded with money.
Join us for another Catfish adventure sponsored by socialcatfish.com.
If it was the real Dr. Chris Brown, the feeling would be absolutely amazing, just magical.
Like, what type of cruel person targets somebody with autism?
We have to help her.
Stick around until the end. We'll find out if Chris is really top dog or just another internet scammer begging for a treat.
Well, we got another case. This is from a woman named Lisa. I'll read her email. She says, hi, Catfish team. I spent the last 2 years talking to Chris Brown after he messaged me on Instagram. Over the time, I sent him over 9,000 pounds for a meet and greet, crypto payments, and travel documents. His management recently emailed me saying he was kidnapped and demanded 20 million Great British pounds to free him, which I do not have. Please help me verify if this is the real Chris Brown, as this situation is causing a financial hardship for me. Sincerely, Lisa.
Hi, my name is Lisa. I'm 44 years old and I live in the United Kingdom. My hobbies are taekwondo, I go swimming, arts and crafts, spend time with the cats and just like general things around the house.
Lisa's childhood was a traumatic one, having suffered many serious illnesses as well as struggling socially.
The family knew something was wrong right from when I was a child, really. We're talking about 8-9 years old. I was in and out of hospital due to various illnesses during childhood. And then I was diagnosed with autism.
Lisa's symptoms of autism would continue to make social situations awkward for her, making it difficult for her to make friends and find a date.
When I was 18, I was very naive. I didn't have boyfriends before that age. I wasn't really interested in boys. I didn't have the confidence to interact with them. I saw myself as the ugly duckling, really, because I never really used to mix with anyone. Didn't have the confidence to mix with anyone. Went on a few dates, but nothing more than that, really. It wasn't until my late 30s that I found someone when I was at university who was very caring, very nurturing, very outgoing and bubbling. His name was Martin and he was 37. September of that year. He died in a road traffic collision with a drunk driver and died at the scene.
After the tragic loss of her boyfriend Martin, it would take years for Lisa to recover from her heartbreak. Even the thought of dating would bring up strong and painful memories for losing Martin.
I was hurting, didn't want to look at another guy, wasn't interested in anyone else. I just had to try and get through day by day.
This is when Lisa decided to go back to school and earn her master's in teaching so that she could help special needs students who had struggled as she had.
Then I became a teacher. The subject that I teach is drama and performing arts. So I've taught autistics and I've taught people with ADHD, I've taught refugees, I've taught asylum seekers and those out of marginalised groups.
After a few years of concentrating on teaching, Lisa decided it was time to try and date again, this time looking for love online.
I was new to the social media, new to Instagram, picked it up because I had a notification and this one person was on there and it normally has a little tick on the profile to say that it's legit. So it had one of those and he wanted to connect with me. And so I'm thinking, oh, what's going on here? So Me being naive, I clicked on it, and then we started exchanging messages, like small talk ones, like "Hello, where you from? You in the UK?" So I says, "Yeah, I'm in the UK." He says, "Have you a date?" And I said, "No, I just live at my home with my mum, my dad, and my 2 cats." His name was Dr. Chris Brown. He's located in Sydney. He's a well-known celebrity vet and TV presenter in Australia. It's a TV show about animals and vets rescuing animals. I'm a big fan of his animals and his work that he does. He also hosts Dancing with the Stars, which is a dance show. I'd say he's about 6'5", very muscular, slim-looking, well-maintained guy. Blonde curly hair, blue eyes, Caucasian.
After chatting daily for months, Chris began to talk of love and a future with Lisa.
It was October 2022 when he said he loved me. Because I did develop feelings for him. Just the way I was being spoken to, him showing interest in me, sending me compliments, saying how beautiful I look, was adamant that he wanted me, seeing how I was, generally looking out for me, etc., etc. So yeah, I think that was what it was. He asked me to marry him, and I said I don't know about that. It really took a lot of persuasion to do it. When I decided, right, I'll say yes.
Although Lisa and Chris had fallen in love, Lisa had still not met Chris in person or even had a video chat with him.
Then I asked to see, have a video call with him, and he said that, there was restrictions and, he had rules to abide by.
This is when Chris would suggest a way to meet in person. The plan was for her to meet him at a local meet and greet he had planned to attend in England.
And we were talking about doing a meet and greet. The meet and greet, it was meant to be him coming over here and staying somewhere and then just spending a few weeks with me, and just doing certain activities, spending a bit of time with me. He said that he was due to come over to England, but he didn't come because he said that his bank was frozen and therefore he couldn't get any money to fly over and that he's going to need some more money.
Lisa decided to let Chris borrow the $2,000 for the plane ticket in England, but because she couldn't come up with the full amount all at once, she agreed to set up monthly payments with Chris.
We had an arrangement and I had to give so much money per calendar month from that date until it reached $2,000. His management wanted it in the form of Steam cards, crypto, or Bitcoin as you know it. And in the end, I had to pay £400 per calendar month until we reached £2,000.
But once Lisa paid the £2,000, Chris's management would say they needed even more money from her.
2 days before I was due to fly out for the meet and greet, and I got another email saying that they wanted a replacement personnel for the company. We need another $14,000, which they said would be refunded on Chris's return back to Australia. So I did that just to please them. We put half each, just over £9,000 in total.
But even after paying over $9,000 to fly Chris to the UK, Chris would once again have to cancel his flight when he became deathly ill while on a television shoot in Africa.
He was sick. In Africa, he had really bad insect bites, which gave him an allergy, collapsed, he was very dehydrated. The travel insurance should cover that if you took it out. He said no, he needed some money because he was in hospital. He wanted $20,000. And so I gave him money via Steam card, £1,600.
After sending over $11,000 to Chris and him making excuse after excuse, Lisa received a suspicious email from Chris's management.
2024 came. His management company emailed me. The English was broken in the emails. It was said that he got kidnapped and they asked for $20 million. We didn't have that kind of money. We're not celebrities. We're not millionaires. We use celebrity like you say you are. You should be loaded with money. I had my suspicions on this. It didn't make sense. a celebrity being kidnapped, it would be on the news and it would be well known that they've been kidnapped. I want closure. I want to find out who this person that I'm talking to now. I want to find out if they are real people. I still have doubt. If it was the real Dr. Chris Brown, the feeling would be absolutely amazing. I mean, to stay in touch would be just magical. Magical. And even to meet him up front, that would be unforgettable.
Alright, Seekers, you know we had to get to the bottom of this. Later that week, David, Bree, and I got together to look over the evidence on this profile claiming to go by Dr. Chris Brown.
This guy's kidnapped and needs $20 million.
20 million Great British pounds. How much is that, David?
41 million Australian dollars, like when you look at the currency exchange.
Got you. The one thing that's not very evident to me is if she believes all of this or not. Like watching her interview back, I don't know what she believes and what she doesn't believe.
And I think we need to tread a little bit more carefully than we normally do with this case because she does have a form of autism. But I think we need to figure out like how to help her out long term.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, so what information do we have, Brian?
We have emails from his management team, supposedly. So we can look at the email address, maybe even send this guy an IP tracker through his email. And then also, she did send money through crypto.
Like what type of cruel person targets somebody with autism and just tries to drain their bank account?
The saddest part of her story is that she just went through a relationship where her significant other passed away from a drunk driver. She gets really shy around meeting people or meeting new people or, you know, having boyfriends. So she finally gets into this relationship and the guy passes away from a drunk driver.
So she was grieving. And then now she was vulnerable and then she meets this guy online.
Yes, so we have to help her.
All right, let's get going.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Later that week, Brienne gave Lisa a follow-up call to gather more evidence on Lisa's crypto transactions.
Hey, Lisa, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good to hear. I just wanted to spend some time running through all this information that you just sent over to us. It looks like you sent over crypto information.
Yeah.
When did you send these funds?
It was started around February last year and it ended just in December, January time. He claims to be his management, his team. It all just didn't add up, yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking, well, why has he got two different numbers and why isn't it not an Australian number? If he's Australian, he's got a mobile phone. You know, things just generally didn't add up, and I thought to myself, well, why got his phone number after 2 years? Isn't this management researchable? Why haven't they got a proper website? Why haven't they got a business email address? He's already asked me for a Steam voucher, and he did me a video call.
If you can send me his phone number, maybe his profile picture. Does he have Yeah, and screenshots would probably be the easiest way to send that over.
Yeah, I'll send those to you now, Brianne. That will be fine.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. That sounds great. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create an IP tracker link, and we can send that off to Chris to see where he's located.
Okay, that'd be good.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. So let's work on that, and then you send me over the new information, okay?
Yeah, okay then. I'll send you over the ID.
All right, sounds great. Thank you so much, Lisa.
Pleasure.
Okay, bye.
See you soon.
Now that we had gathered all of the evidence, it was time to sit down with Lisa and give her the truth about this profile claiming to be Dr. Chris Brown.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to finally meet you.
How are you feeling? Like, are you feeling anxious about today?
I'm expecting the worst. I don't think anything good's going to come from it.
Why are you expecting the worst?
You know, I've seen so many things like this happen, but you never ever think it's going to happen to yourself, do you? I don't know. I just follow my gut. It's just something in me now that I couldn't see before that makes me feel that something's not right.
Lisa, at this time, about how many profiles would you say you've spoken to where they've claimed they're the real Dr. Chris Brown?
Reflecting back now, I only think there's the one, which is the one I'm talking to, but then again, I can't be 100% sure.
So you feel like all the different phone numbers you've talked to are all the same person?
I reckon someone's scamming someone along the way, or someone's impersonating Dr. Chris Brown, in which case he and I can both be victims. He can be victims of identity fraud, and I could be victims of scamming.
Currently, you are talking to the real Chris Brown.
Yeah.
I think the best thing we could do is just walk her through everything that we found. You sent over a bunch of emails, phone numbers. I mean, what's going on here? Why did he switch his emails? Why does he always have a different phone number?
I couldn't answer that myself. I don't know.
We looked into all the email addresses, the emails that you gave us. We started looking them up, and we started seeing that every single email that you gave us, Lisa, had just been created. And so that's usually like a big red flag, because most people, when you're talking to them, if they're emailing you, they are easily able to go grab an email that they have, use that to communicate with you. That was one of the red flags. The other red flag is that all of them were brand new emails that were just created recently, within the last year. None of them had been attached to any social media or any profiles online. When you are using social media, especially somebody like him that has a big social media presence, there are going to be some footprints that are attached to your information, whether it be a phone number or whether it be an email. None of the emails that you gave us were attached to anything at all. Whoever you're talking to went and created a brand new email, didn't connect it to any social media whatsoever, and just started communicating with you. Why do you think somebody would do that?
Either they're inexperienced at using the social media, which is in some cases, or they just don't want their identity to be found.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you look at his social media, he has 812,000 followers. Like, the guy knows how to use social media, I promise you. For nothing to be connected to any of his social media profiles, that's a big red flag.
Yeah, that's understandable.
So he shared an address with you. It's an address located in Sydney, near the beach. I wanted to ask you, why did he send you his address?
From what I read, that was the only address that matched up in the suburb where he was living of Sydney. I asked him, is this correct or is this not correct? Because if it isn't correct, then it's definitely not the proper Chris Brown I'm talking to.
So from the current research that I found in terms of where he's located or where he's currently residing, it did state that he's living in Bondi.
Yeah, it's where all the celebrities and that live.
And so this property, this address is not located in that area.
No, it's located in a little village just outside.
Yeah, it's close, but it's not where he lives. Why would you get an address of somebody else's house?
Good question.
So we created an IP tracker because we wanted to get Chris to click on the link. And so as of today, he still hasn't clicked on the link.
I don't think he will.
And you mentioned he was very suspicious?
Yeah, that's the vibe I get.
If you're really talking to Dr. Chris Brown, like, why would he have any reason to be suspicious?
Good question. I don't know. Apart from he said to me he's aware of loads of trolls and impersonators that impersonate him, so he's watching where he clicks or watching what he goes to, etc., etc.
Well, let's talk about the kidnapping.
Like, when you first got that kidnapping email, what was going through your mind?
Frustration. I was getting ready to walk away because in my gut I knew this would happen. So I was getting ready to walk away. But literally time after time after time he was begging me not to.
Did you think it was strange that he was telling you he was kidnapped and his mom is reaching out to you and asking you for financial support because Chris is kidnapped? But if you Google Dr. Chris Brown being kidnapped or abducted, you can't find anything.
With celebrities normally, it would be in the media, it would be in the papers. There would be a search party around the whole of the country.
During that time that the person you were talking to was claiming that they were kidnapped, We looked at Chris Brown's Instagram account, and I don't know if you want to see what he was up to during that time.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so he was in Africa during that time. He was so-called kidnapped.
And if you're kidnapped, you wouldn't be lounging in a lounge chair.
No.
Lisa, we also looked up the phone numbers, and the other phone numbers showed up in China, Australia, the UK, and then in the US. Why would somebody that's in Australia have all these numbers all over the world?
I could imagine a celebrity either having a business number and a personal number.
Yeah, but like if you're dating somebody, are you gonna give them your business number? Or are you gonna give them your real number?
I give them a personal number because they would be dating the business side of me, they'd be dating the personal side of me.
And I mean, why would you give them numbers from all over the world? Why would you just not give them your local number?
A dodgy person would do that and they've got something to hide. That's the only reason I can think of it have done that.
If you were talking to the real Chris Brown, why would he hide his phone number from you?
I'm guessing it's because he doesn't want 500,000 phone calls.
I mean, but if he's dating you, why would he try to hide his phone number from you?
Good question. That's why I want. That's what I want to find out in due course.
And when you do these video calls, Lisa, with him, how long do they last?
Like 5 minutes. He was moving like I'm moving now on the video call, but there was no sound. And then all of a sudden, it just went and just turned itself off. So it was a blank screen.
Did he engage with you and talk back to you, or was he just talking nonstop in the video?
He engaged with me and talked back to me. I asked him a question and, he answered back.
Was there anything weird about that call, about the video calls that you had?
The first one, I couldn't pick up exactly why I wasn't hearing him when his mic was turned on. His excuse was that he spilled coffee on his phone a couple of days ago and it's got faulty. Well, that's possible, I suppose.
So if he got coffee on his phone and he couldn't communicate, how was he able to post stories on his phone?
Well, apparently his management do it. His manager controls his social media, apparently.
He asked you for a Steam gift card.
That's right, yeah.
Why would the real Chris Brown need a Steam gift card?
That's what I was asking myself. I mean, he's a celebrity, he's very popular, he gets a decent wage. Obviously, he's a vet as well. That's another plus. I haven't got money like he earns money. In fact, I've got very little. So why is he asking me about getting a Steam card? No, I don't know. Maybe he thinks that it would be like a gift or something. I don't know.
Like, just looking at all this information, you're talking to a romance scammer. This person's hiding all his information, all the emails, all the phone numbers, the social media doesn't corroborate, with the video chats that you've had issues with. It doesn't make sense when somebody would contact you randomly and pretend to be Chris Brown and then ask you for money. Chris Brown is not gonna randomly reach out to you. And usually how it happens, Lisa, is you go and you comment on his social media somewhere, and some scammer, they see that and then they start messaging you. And that's exactly how you become a target.
That was the thing, that's what I can't get my head around. He just saw me and sent me a message from that account and then moved me over to WhatsApp.
It definitely wasn't from that exact same account.
You messaged on his account. However, there's a ton of people that can view that message, and scammers are lurking. They see that you're an easy target because you're already a fan. It's a typical celebrity romance scam.
Yeah.
Are you still messaging this Chris Brown?
No, I messaged him for a few days.
As of right now, we're 100% certain that you are being romance scammed.
Yes.
100%.
Well, I want to thank you for all your hard work. All the producers and all the researchers and, you and Brianne. It's good what you do. It took a lot of guts for me to come out and build on this story, but I knew deep down that you could help me. If there's other victims out there that have been a victim by this scammer, come forward.
Lisa, thank you so much for trusting us.
Thank you.
This.
Bye.
So Lisa, thank you for meeting with me today. I know we did our best to create another tracker link for Mr. Chris Brown. And I want you to know he did not click on it. He didn't click on the other link. It seems like he's very suspicious about this.
That's what I said.
But you know what though? I do want to share some information. I know when we met last week with David, we touched base on the fact that this is highly likely a scam. And I wanted to share some other information with you. So I'm just going to share my screen really fast. I don't know if you've seen this, but this was Chris yesterday for Easter.
No, I didn't see that, no.
Looks like he's back at his house in Australia. He's here with his dog, and he posted a cute little picture of him and his dog.
Right.
Yeah, so I just wanted to show you where Chris was recently. And then also I wanted to share something else with you. His so-called management team reached out to you. But this is the process that you would need to go through if you were looking to meet with the real Dr. Chris Brown. And you do have the option to book with him. And so in order for you to be talking to his real management team, this would be the process in which you would be able to connect with him. With that being said, I'm going to monitor both of the links that we shared to this person that you're talking to, just to see if they do end up clicking on the link. And in case that they do, I will reach out to you and let you know the results of that. But as of now, he has not clicked on the link. He or she has not clicked on the link. But it doesn't matter, because we know for sure that this person is not who they say they are. They are not the real Chris Brown.
Right, okay, yeah, I'll log that then.
My suggestion is to block this person.
I will.
Okay.
With pleasure. Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'll do that. Thank you so much, Brianne.
Yeah, no
Thank you for
problem.
your time.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for reaching out to us. And I guess you'll be hearing from me soon if he clicks on the link.
If you have been involved in a romance scam, don't forget to report it. It helps get the word out and potentially stops other people from being scammed. Join us this Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific time for our weekly live stream. We will be joined by Lisa, and we'll find out if she has blocked this Dr. Chris Brown profile. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, all of our new videos go out every Wednesday. If you like this video, subscribe. And if you want to see more, you should probably click one of these two videos.